Hello friends, my name's Phoebe. I'm on a music discovery journey and I want you to join me on this magical mystery ride. We're going to be checking out artists from around the world, old, new and everything in between, because for whatever reason I have not been able to keep up with every artist and song ever. And I want to fill in some of the gaps, and I want to share those recommendations with you, and I want you to share your recommendations with me, and we can fill in the blanks together. If you like the sound of that, please like and subscribe. We are checking out Band-Maid today. It's called Dice, the track, and the reason for this is just so many people were recommending it that I had to give it a go. We've got to keep the people what they want sometimes. Alright, let's see. I've got to stop there. I will stop loads. There is a link, a full link below in the description. That was really nice. That kind of built in the intro with the definitely the bass and the drums, and then I think the guitar came after, like this cymbal and guitar. I might got that wrong, but see how it's like it's building, bass and guitar. Cymbal, yeah, that was really nice. The that was brilliant. Yes, the guitar sounds like a cat to me right now. And then it's the intro. Okay, I'm so sorry. I will not stop as often because even I'm annoying myself now, but I had to make a comment on, we've had the intro, it's kind of built up and gone, yes, we are here, this is us, we've revved up the engine and now we're good to go. I like that kind of ease you in, even though it starts off really loudly with the drums. It's a strong intro, and then we've got the title. We know what we're getting here, right? This is what we've come to see. It's not the wrong video. Band-Maid Dice. This is us, and we're going to play some music to you, and our instruments are sounding on fire at the moment. The doll, blindfold. Wow, that was interesting. The sound, I liked it's kind of like a happy little bop, a little beat there. I just wanted to read the lyrics. You should be knowing the situation you got. No, there's no turning back anymore. Society values time. You cried out in a loud voice. They all just won't wait for me. Uncaring indifference. That's the sad reality. Why don't you give it a shot? You know how it goes, everybody thinking with their tiny little minds, in their interest or not, whatever, the answer's just the same. Ready? Interesting. It's given me this feeling of, I might be really wrong here. The bit where it says, you cried out in a loud voice, they all just won't wait for me. Uncaring indifference, that's a sad reality. Why don't you give it a shot? People think with their tiny minds. Basically, why won't they all wait for me? It sounds like this person wants others to revolve around them, and they're getting upset that people aren't doing what they want. And I think what Band-Maid is trying to say is, why don't you make the move? Why don't you do it? In life, I always say this: you can't expect others to revolve around you. You can't expect others to know when you want them to reach out to you, because they won't, and they might be just super overwhelmed in their own lives, that they haven't got the capacity to think. But it doesn't mean they don't care. They are just so consumed with their own issues or their own problems or their own things that they need to do. I know for me, like, I'm always so swamped. I've been swamped for years. I've always been hoping it would get better. It's only got worse. We live in a society where messaging, for instance, people demand responses. If you message someone, do you expect them to respond to you? Why? Basically, we shouldn't do that. We should be grateful for a response. That is someone's time responding to you. Now, some people might argue it's only a few seconds, it's only a couple of minutes. True story, I spent a whole day once trying to respond to all my messages on social media, on WhatsApp. I've got 172 messages on WhatsApp at the moment. It's just impossible. And so for someone to get annoyed at the fact that I couldn't spend 2 minutes to respond, when you think about it, took me all day to try and keep up. What I'm trying to say is we should not expect others to do something that is consuming of time, no matter how big or small it might seem to us. It might be very difficult for them. And there's a point where I guess you've got to ask yourself, am I okay with this sort of friendship or relationship or whatever? But it's good to know sometimes that they might not necessarily mean any bad feeling towards you. Again, situation based, it could be that it's an out of character thing, that they normally always have the time to reply and something's going on, in which case you should talk as well. I think communication is so important, and I know if it's hard to communicate, there are other ways, but if it's someone that you are close to, why not make a move first? If you're expecting I'm just trying to say two different things. I'm saying don't expect people to respond to messages or to drop everything for us. What we all should be doing is putting ourselves first in life. So if we expect someone else to put us first, that's unfair. On the other side, crying out, they all just won't wait for me, expecting everyone to wait, expecting everyone to stop, expecting people to reach out to us. Can they read our minds? Would it be good if we made the first move? I just went on a ramble there. We've been going on for ages. Anyway, this could be so wrong. I'm not sure what this is about. The person blindfolded with the doll. Handy or whip? See how it just changes in sound? Here. That's interesting. Okay, so my mind can't erase the heartache. We all carry some kind of burden. Living with worries and regrets. I've got a feeling. Nobody's time is meaningless. They say even dreams lead somewhere. Looking for faults. Whatever, who cares? Are you ready? Seize the moment. That looking for faults, that thinking negatively about everything, not picking yourself up and just trying to get on with it, kind of wallowing in self-pity, in this nobody's waiting for me, nobody's revolving around me, nobody's reaching out to me. Why don't you do it? Why don't you make this happen? Why don't you do something that's within your control, at least, to think more positively? You can live in, you can feel and acknowledge your sad feelings and negative stuff, but staying in those or wallowing or refusing to come out of that can be really damaging. But I think it's really good to acknowledge them. I don't think it's good to live in denial. I say this all the time. I think it's really important to feel sadness and feel negativity, but there is power in overcoming it or taking good from it as well. I think if we live in denial, then the minute something that absolutely awful happens, it's a shock to the system. People can't handle it. And I mean, people can't handle things like that anyway, but it would feel even more of a shock to the system if you just pretended like everything was always okay. That's not healthy. The sweet and the bitter, each one's own. I don't know what that's about. I liked the tears will also make a rainbow. So again, it's this message of tears are sad, but they can make a happy thing. A rainbow is like what people would have connotations of being positive, pretty, nice to look at, and it's taking positives from a negative. This dreary day, I think there might have been some issue with translation, but it said for sure this dreary day will too. Or this dreary day could make a rainbow, or this dreary day will pass, is what I'm gathering. It won't always be a dreary day. And yeah, even dreams lead somewhere. Nobody's time is meaningless. The looking for faults is kind of making me feel that they're negative and they're not seizing the moment. Okay. It's only a 4:14 song. I like that bass. Oh my. Dice. Candy or whip? That was an abrupt. That was an abrupt end. So much has gone on. The candy or whip, which do you like? I mean, whatever. Let's come back to my home though. I think it's almost like where I live, we're having fun. Doesn't matter what kind of fun. Candy, whip, they're both fun, very different types. It can't work out for everything, but I just strive to try my best. Like, it's got such a positive, hopeful, motivational message. I'm glad that's continued, because I thought I was rambling at first. I was jumping to conclusion. I'm like, what if this is just completely not? I don't understand the dull thing, and we're just gonna up. Wait, what was that? Of course. Oh, God, I wasn't paying attention, was I? The trouble is with watching these videos, so much concentration is needed for all the details. So like here I'm looking at what I see. Primarily I think I'm listening, but I'm listening to everything. I'm listening to how it starts, if there's anything unusual, if there's anything predictable, if there's that sounds satisfying, because I like predictability. Is there anything unpredictable? Is there anything unsettling? Is there anything again satisfying? Are there patterns? Are there little things that I've noticed? How's the bass sounding? How's the guitars sounding? How's the drums? How's the vocals? Are there any extra things going on there? Are there any other instruments in there? What am I seeing? Is there a story? What are the lyrics? Can I make out the lyrics? Do I know what they're saying? If I do know what they're saying, can I make sense of them? Can I tell a story? Can I decipher? And more. All whilst trying to tell you what's going on in my mind. And it is exhausting. But how do I say this? It's believable, because it's saying it's enjoying. It's in an enjoying way. Basically, I enjoy it. And I obviously have to take breaks between what I'm filming, because it's just a whole load of energy that is trying to focus. So of course, seeing that, I had to watch that twice to even understand that the girl with the blindfold, and I remember seeing the eyes through the lace, that was her blindfold. I didn't realise that it was lace. She couldn't see through that the whole time. She's got a blindfold on, and at the end she sees the light and she's going into the light, and they have taught her to go seize the day. They've said, you can do it. Don't sit there and wallow. Don't make excuses. Don't find fault in everything. Don't tell us there's a reason that you're not going to do this. It's always also excuses. Go do it. Go do it. See what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Am I right? That was a really nice message, and I'm glad I might have even forgotten about that part of the video. The doll, I don't know if there's any symbolism there. Let me know if I might have missed something, or if there's anything that you've observed, because again, there's so much going on. Sometimes I'll do a second look at something, and it would be nice. I mean, I'm so overwhelmed with reaction videos at the moment, but it's nice to go back a second time, because there are things that you don't notice. I've been advised that there are some videos that people go back a second time because of that, and they'll be like, oh, how could I not have not seen that going on, or how did I not realise? But I guess it's because the first instance you're focusing on certain things and you're trying to take it all in. Whereas now I've got the gist of the song or the sound and certain parts of it, a second look, I won't be as focused on those. Or I might be more focused on certain parts for whatever reason. I think it's really interesting thing that we do, reacting songs, but I like to explain that and just put the viewer in my position if you didn't know, or you didn't really think about it, or maybe you do and we're just kind of stating the obvious, which is kind of how I feel. I feel like that's what I'm doing most of the time. Anyway, that was Band-Maid Dice, and that was really fun. That was it had a really nice message. It was hopeful and it was positive and it was motivational, very motivational. I enjoyed that. It's a banger. I liked the different twists and turns. I loved that the bass had quite a bit of spotlight. The guitars sounded incredible. I liked that kind of solo near the end. I loved the drums. The drums were consistently great throughout. The lyrics, the vocals were fun. Yeah, it's a really uplifting song. So definitely on the banger playlist. I will see you for another one soon. We'll definitely be doing more Band-Maid. We'll be definitely going down more rabbit holes. We'll be continuing rabbit holes that we started. And maybe you can share some of yours with me. How does that sound? Please like and subscribe, by the way, if you haven't already done so. And I will see you for the next one very soon. Take care. See you soon, I hope. Bye.